It is that time of the year again. Your local cinema is flooded with rom-coms, restaurant waitlists are painfully long, shopping centers are bleeding red, and hospitality workers are practicing deep breathing exercises. Today is Valentine's Day. No one really knows how it began though. Some point to gory origins, like when Saint Valentine was murdered in 270 AD and ancient Romans honored him with fertility festivals involving sacrificial goats. Some refer to a Chaucer poem about birds. Others say it is just a marketing scam, a hallowed celebration to prop up capitalism. So the history remains disputed. But there is one thing we can all agree on. Love it or hate it, Valentine's Day is not going anywhere because the business of love is booming. Just look at India. It doesn't just celebrate a Valentine's Day, the celebrations go on for a week, or what is rather creatively called the Valentine's Week. These 7 days of love are a bonanza for businesses. They prepare months in advance. Marketing campaigns are drawn up, much like V-Day themed pink sales. Troops are alerted. After all, Indians are buying record amounts of roses, chocolates and hampers this year. A gifting platform is delivering 350 roses per minute. A food delivery platform is dispatching 406 chocolates per minute. The target audience is locked down, and remember, today everyone is the target. Home delivery apps now have a single mode. For those who do not have a significant other and don't want to see Valentine's Day promotions, switch to single mode. And all kinds of products are on sale, even if marketers have to force the logic. Like banking services, what do they have to do with Valentine's? But they're offering special fixed deposit rates. Not sure how FDs scream romance, but no judgment here, because big spending is happening everywhere. In Australia, 5 million rose stems will be gifted today. Meanwhile, Americans are expected to spend about $26 billion, a sharp uptick from the $20 billion that they spent 5 years ago. 53% Americans will celebrate the day. 92% will be sharing chocolate. You can call it the power of love, more like the power of marketing. You see, cocoa prices reached a record high this week. But Americans do not seem to care, neither do the Japanese. Apart from sky-high cocoa prices, sugar prices are at a 43-year high in Japan, yet Valentine's Day remains the busiest season for chocolate makers in the country. They expect to make 10 to 13% of their annual sales in a few days. Same with flour exporters in Colombia, Ecuador, and the Netherlands. Such businesses tremendously benefit from Valentine's Day. Their sales increase. And looking at the demand, they hike the prices of their goods. A classic illustration of a law of economics, the law of supply and demand. Higher demand raises the price of a good. Goods that remotely suggest romance will see an increase in sales in this period and often a surge in prices. From hotels to red roses, the irony is, even if you hate Valentine's Day, there's a market for you. Because marketers refuse to alienate any consumer. A Texas zoo lets you name a roach or rodent after an ex and feed it to one of the zoo's animals. There are candies for those in situationships. There are anti-Valentine's comedy shows, even skincare brands that promote self-love as an act of rebellion. And this shows why Valentine's Day has persisted through time. It makes sure that no one feels left out. To some, it is a representation of love. To others, it proves the lack of it. So whether it helps you recognize and celebrate love, or it becomes a cauldron of unmet expectations, Valentine's Day, it seems, is here to stay.
From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.